This video is part of our study about the similarities and differences in Latin America with a special focus in Cleantech, Healthtech, and education. What we do in Rubica is that we promote brands that add value to the world. We use business intelligence to discover opportunities and insights, which hopefully you will find a lot in the following videos, and help with those insights our clients adjust products and services and co-create with them digital strategies. So then we can go and experiment in an agile way using all the diversity in digital media. So at the end, our clients end up selling more and positioning themselves better in the region. We should talk about what we consider is the biggest problem of all in our region, and it's inequality. What you're seeing here, you're seeing the percentage of the income that is perceived in our countries by the 1%, the richest 1% of the population. So you have here cases like in Peru, where the richest 1% perceives 29% of the income of the country, or in Mexico, where the richest 1% perceives 27% of the income of the country. And compare that to the Netherlands, with 1% of the richest perceive 10% of the income of the country. So it's almost 3 times more in these countries and 2 times more in Latin America. But also, what you see here is the poorest 50%, for example, in the case of Colombia, perceive only 7% of the income, while here it perceives the 20% of the income. So it is a very unequal society. A couple of numbers, additional numbers that we should consider also here is the Gini index. So as you might know, the Gini index shows us the level of distribution, where the closest to 0 would be perfect distribution of the income, and the closest to 100 is total inequality. So you have here again the comparisons to the Netherlands, almost 30, but then you have numbers here for Peru 40, for Mexico 45, for Costa Rica 48, and for Colombia, unfortunate over 50, it's 51.5. And check, for example, the case of Chile, it's 46, so, 45, sorry. You might remember a few years back where the protests started in Chile. Chile was regarded as one of the most stable, more prosperous countries in the region, but there was a lot of inequality that was kind of being shadowed by the other things that were going supposedly good in the country, and these definitely is it's what people perceived, and honestly what took them to the streets. Now, another thing to consider, another number to consider here, is the people that live with less than $5.5 a day. So again, compared to the Netherlands here, it's only 0.34% of the population. But then you have countries like in Ecuador, where there is almost 30% of the population that lives with these $5.5 a day. Or in the case of Chile, again, what I was just mentioning, almost 44% of the population. So this shows you a lot of disparities, and at the end, really, we are convinced that this is the biggest problem to solve. And this is also important for business, because if you guys have products and services that are aimed to reducing inequality, that can be accessed by this vast majority of people that either live with $5.5 a day or a little bit more, or are in these small percentages of the population, 50%, I mean, the biggest percent of the population, but gets the fewer part of the income, then you would really make a change there. And of course, there are rich people, and then you will see that the rich people do really live like in the movies, but also the poor people also do live like in the movies. So we are trying to make a case here and really find those businesses that want to go there to the region, but provide these services and put up their products available for the poorer. You can, of course, sell it to the rich, and then you will have a market there. You will have these 1% that are super rich. But we think that there is a wider need, that there is also a very huge unexplored opportunity here if we can make it for these percentages of the poorer in the region.